Trevor is the son of Brian Fields. He is a 4-year member of Wardog Baseball. Trevor took over a starting role this year with lots of hard work in the offseason. After high school, Trevor plans to work as a mechanic at Peyton's Auto. Some words from head coach Chris Mercer. Trevor took over a starting role this season through his hard work and determination. He is a quiet leader, and he leads by example, has great work ethic, and is a great responsible player. When he is not playing baseball, he does spend a lot of time working at Peyton's Auto. And a side note, today is Trevor's 18th birthday. So happy birthday to senior number 9, Mr. Trevor Fields. Our next Wardog Baseball senior, Mr. Carter McKibben. Carter is the son of Chuck and Haley McKibben. He has been a member of Wardog Baseball for 4 years. Plays several roles of outfielder and base runner for Wardog Baseball. After high school, he will be attending Oral Roberts University to become a sports journalist. His favorite Major League Baseball team is the St. Louis Cardinals. Words from Coach Mercer. Carter is the ultimate teammate. He truly has the Wardog spirit and will always be ready for any role that will best help the team. He is a team-first player, and there is no doubt that the qualities he possesses will carry him through his postseason playing career, and he will be successful in whatever he decides to do. Wardog Baseball senior number 5, Carter McKibben. And our third senior, final senior, being recognized tonight, Mr. Carson Jinks. Carson is the son of Brad and Carla Jinks. Carson is a 4-year member and 4-year starter for Wardog Baseball. Carson received a scholarship to continue his football and academic career at Oklahoma Baptist University, where he will be attending this fall. Words from Coach Mercer. Carson is a 4-year starter for our baseball program. He is a 3-sport athlete that has brought us a lot of power and athleticism to the lineup. He is leading the team in batting average and has been a staple for us at third base. Carson really took over a leadership role in the 2023 season and is always going to be a great Wardog baseball player. Mr. Carson Jinks, number 12. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, help us thank all 3 of these young men for their 4-year commitment to Wardog Baseball and wish them luck on their future endeavors. Number 9, Trevor Fields. Number 5, Carter McKibben. And number 12, Carson Jinks, your 2023 Wardog Baseball seniors. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wardog TV. Want to thank you for joining us tonight. First, if you were able to join us for our senior recognition, it happened just a few minutes ago. Thank you for that. And now we're ready to move into our live broadcast of Wardog Baseball as they take on the Jay Bulldogs from Joe Pollock Field tonight in district play. I'm Coach Chad Davis, Athletic Director here at Miami Public Schools. We are excited to be with you this evening, again, to bring you live Wardog Baseball from beautiful Joe Pollock Field here in Miami, Oklahoma. We're excited to be live again on Wardog TV, which is now the official home of all live Miami Wardog sports performances and special event broadcasts. Our goal of Wardog TV is to create an environment for students to gain real-world experience in production and content creation. As a result, we will provide high-quality broadcast and video content to Wardogs all around the world. Miami Public Schools Director of Communication, Mr. David Frazier, special thanks to him. He's the executive producer of all Wardog TV events, handles all setup, internet. We're fortunate to set up in a whole bunch of different locations, both in Miami at our facilities and also on the road. And Mr. Frazier, if he's not there and doesn't not with us, we wouldn't be able to do any of this. So special thank you to Kiara Richards, who's joining me tonight up in the box, pushing all the buttons that mean and matter. Also joined up the box by Coach Brad Satterwhite to my left, who is the scoreboard keeper here for Wardog Baseball, and to his left, school board member and senior baseball parent tonight, Mr. Chuck McKibben, will be doing the PA here at Joe Pollock Field. Wardog Baseball is coming off a nice win last Saturday night against Ketchum on a walk-off by senior tonight Carson Jinks. Won that game 5-4 in the bottom of the seventh inning after the weather had turned in the wrong direction, got cold and windy, but Wardog Baseball was able to hang on and get him a nice win over Ketchum. Again, we were excited to celebrate our seniors tonight. Number 9, Trevor Fields, who will be starting in center field. Number 5, Carter McKibben, who will be starting in right field. And number 12, Carson Jinks, who is a staple at third base, has started every game this season at third base. Thank you to those 3 fine men. Those are 3 just unbelievable kids, great families. Appreciate you men and what you do for Wardog Baseball and Wardog Athletics. Happy that we can celebrate you tonight. When you look on your live stream, you'll see number 9, number 5, and number 12 painted here right behind the catcher, honoring those 3 outstanding young men. 2 more home games left for Wardog Baseball. Obviously, after tonight, they will be right back here at Joe Pollock Field on Friday night, hosting the Grove Ridge Runners. That is non-district play. That is Friday right here back at Joe Pollock at 5 p.m. JV game will follow that night. And then they will play their final home game of the year next Tuesday on April 25th. They will host the Wagner Bulldogs in the final game of the regular season and final district game. As we warm up here, that's freshman pitcher on the mound, Mr. Lake Burnett. He'll be starting off on the mound here for the War Dogs. That's sophomore catcher Chase McCormick catching him. Again, as we mentioned before, Carson Jinks at third base, Sam Willard at shortstop, Grant Blondell at second base, and Mr. Bryce Barnes will be playing first base. Outfield today from left to right. Left field is Mr. Jonas Neese, center fielder Trevor Fields, right fielder Carter McKibben, as we are ready to get underway here. And we do not have a J batting lineup, so I apologize to any J fans listening in. We will try to get a hold of that so we can name off your young men. We'll try to get one of those as soon as possible, but we'll at least call out their numbers as they come up to bat. Leading off here is number 33 for the Jay Bulldogs. Umpires for tonight's game: home plate umpire Mr. Sean Coyne, field umpire Mr. Clint Proctor of the Cherokee Hills Umpires Association. So we're ready for the first pitch here. Varsity action tonight, live on Wardog TV from Joe Pollock Field. And here we go. Burnett deals. Nice pitch down the middle. Strike 1. Again, the War Dogs coming in tonight off a good win on Saturday night against Ketchum in non-district play. That ball's hit up the middle. It's going to squeak by the second base. Good base hit there for the Jay Bulldogs to lead off the inning. So second batter comes up to the plate, number 5 for the Jay Bulldogs after the leadoff single. Turns out to be a beautiful day here in Miami. A little cool this morning, but weather in the 70s here this evening, and just a beautiful day for baseball. Wind blowing out northeast. Runner tries to steal here from Jay. Good snap throw by McCormick, but Jay slides in, just beats the throw. Pretty good execution there all the way around, but Jay does advance the runner. Runner on second. Pitch was called a ball, so we got a 1-0 count here as Lake Burnett sees his second batter of the game. Burnett deals. Nice pitch. Swing and a miss. That's strike one. Counts 1-1 now. Nice crowd here tonight. Both represented Jay Bulldogs traveled well, made the short drive over from Jay, Oklahoma, and several people in blue tonight. Appreciate your support live and in person. That pitch is fouled off, I believe. Nope, said he missed it. So the runner does advance on the pass ball. Count is 1-2. We got a runner on third here. Second batter of the game after the leadoff single for Jay. No outs. Burnett does lead in the count here, 1-2. That's another base hit almost at the exact same spot. So that's back-to-back singles right in that gap between second base and our second baseman. That is an RBI single for number 5 for Jay, and the Bulldogs jump up early 1-0 over Miami. Burnett doing his job, throwing strikes. Jay has done a good job so far, the first 2 runners. Burnett checks the runner at first. He does get back, so. Again, runner on first, got no outs here. Third batter in the lineup for the Bulldogs. Burnett deals. That's a strike over the middle of the plate. 0-1 to the batter. Another good pitch. That ball is popped up in between first and second base. Blundell tries to come over and make the play. He was leaning more towards second base, maybe to try to get the throw down to second. Kind of hit it in the gap where there was kind of no man's land. Tough play to make. Ball does drop down in, and that puts runners on first and second. Wardog's still looking for their first out here as we get to the cleanup spot for the Jay Bulldogs, and head coach Chris Mercer is going to come out and kind of settle his group down here a little bit. Coach Mercer goes to talk just talking to the pitcher catcher. I think just to kind of let him know, hey, you're doing a good job. Don't keep throwing strikes, doing his job there. Lake Burnett, freshman pitcher on the mound, pitching to sophomore catcher Chase McCormick. This is a young group. You got 3 freshmen, 2 sophomores that make up the infield, and the lone senior being Jinx over at third base. So young group here for the Wardogs. Future is bright, but immediately now they're having to grow up live and in person. So again, Burnett set to make a pitch to the cleanup batter here. Checks the runner over at second. No pitch there. Again, runners on first and second. Jay Bulldogs lead 1-0 here at the top of the first inning. Jay squares to bunt. We have a pass ball there. That's a dead ball. That is a foul ball, so runners will have to go back. Count is 0-1 after the foul tip bunt. That ball's hit well out to left field. That ball's going to carry over the head of Neese, bounces off the left field fence. That is going to score one easily. Here's the relay throw in from left field, and he's going to slide in and be safe. Runner is going to advance to third on the throw. So 2 singles and a double by the Jay Bulldogs, and they have done some damage early, striking 3 times here in the top of the first inning. Again, not much you can do about that play there. That ball was very, very well hit out to left. Neese did a good job retrieving, getting the ball in, and made the play at the plate a lot closer probably than what the runner definitely wanted. But again, 2 singles and a double, and that has led to 3 early runs for the Bulldogs as they lead the War Dogs 3-0 here in the top of the first inning. Burnett deals, throws a strike in. Count is 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Burnett ahead of the count, 0-2. Runner on third base. Count is 0-2. Wardog still looking for that first out here to try to minimize the damage here in the first inning. Good job there by McCormick, blocking the low pitch there. 1-2. Good pitch there by Burnett. Just misses the outside corner. Count is now even at 2-2. Burnett really throwing well here early. Jay has honestly just hit 3 good balls, but Burnett's settled in nicely. All of his pitches are really close. Looking for a first out. Good pitch there on a curveball. Gets him swinging. Drop ball. McCormick makes the throw over to first base. Barnes brings it in for the first out of the inning. Swinging on the first pitch, that's a line drive out to right field. That's going to score the 4th run of the inning as the ball falls right in front of Carter McKibben in kind of that dead area. So, again, Jay hitting the ball well, good base running, advancing runners, and they have struck with 4 runs here at the top of the first inning. Not the start that Wardog Baseball would have envisioned, but got to give credit where credit's due. Jay batters are putting bat on the ball and finding some grass, so... 1 out here, runner on first base. Bulldogs lead 4-0 at the top of the first inning. McCormick takes time out to go settle his pitcher down a little bit. Again, Burnett doing his job, throwing strikes. Just needs to stay locked in here. He's doing his job. Again, the Bulldogs with four runs on 4 hits. 3 singles and a double to start off the game for the Jay Bulldogs. Another good pitch. That ball's lined to center field. Trevor Fields gets it on 1 hop. Relay throw in, but not in time as Jay continues to keep the hot bats and has their 5th hit here in the first inning. Runners now on first and second with 1 out. Good pitch there by Burnett. Catches the outside corner, 0-1. Burnett checks the runner, comes to the plate. Ball's hit to third base. Good stop there by Jinx. He's going to make the tag for the second out of the inning. He had the tag or the force out. Went with the tag. Good job there by Jinx on a hard hit ball. 2 outs now. Top of the first inning and trying to minimize the damage as much as possible here. Obviously, the J Bulldog runners on first and second will be running on contact with 2 outs. As Burnett from the stretch fires away and hits the batter. That'll load the bases. And the J Bulldogs are actually back to the top of the lineup. Nice pitch in there by Burnett. Ball curves down, hits the outside corner for strike 1. Another good pitch by Burnett. Misses just low. Snap throw by McCormick to third base. Head first slide in. Does beat the throwback. Good idea there by the sophomore catcher as the count moves to 1-1. Bases are loaded here. Top of the first inning. Jay leads 4-0. War Dogs do have 2 outs. Looking to get out of the inning. Another good pitch by Burnett. Swing and a miss. He moves ahead of the count 1-2. Again, the Bulldogs have plated 4 runs on 5 hits. And we are back to the top of the batting order with the first batter for the Bulldogs. That ball's hit out to right field. Big run and a lot of sun for Carter McKibben, who does get underneath it and makes the catch. Nice play by the right field senior. And the War Dogs will move to the bottom of the inning. But not the start again that the War Dogs envisioned. A great start if you're a Bulldog fan, as they plate 4 runs on 5 hits. We're going to pause here real briefly. We'll keep the camera live, and we'll be back with you in just a couple of minutes with the Miami War Dogs coming up to plate for the first time tonight. As we move to the bottom of the first inning, War Dogs need to try to get back some runs early. As again, Jay Bulldogs lead 4-0. As we move to the bottom of the first inning, War Dogs head coach Chris Mercer, assisted by Dusty Beckemeyer and Cade Carnes. Again, as we said at the early broadcast, very, very young squad. We did recognize 3 seniors tonight. Appreciate those 3 young men. Again, number 9, Trevor Fields. Number 5, Carter McKibben. Number 12, Carson Jinks. All 4-year members of Wardog Baseball. But this is a young squad overall, and they've had some growing pains this year. Do have 5 wins on the season, coming off a win on Saturday night. And just continually finding ways to get better, get reps, and again, the future is bright for Wardog Baseball as we are led off here by the catcher, number 1, Chase McCormick. He swings and misses for strike 1. That ball's fouled off. McCormick falls behind 0-2 after a good cut. Not the way he would probably prefer to be on base, but it's a base runner nonetheless. That's the reason why we spend all the money on them helmets. Hopefully Chase is okay. Looks like he shook that off almost immediately and got an easy run down to first base. Umpire Clint Proctor's checking on him, make sure he's good. But Chase, if you know Chase is tough, and he's telling the umpire to move along. So after falling behind 0-2, McCormick, thank you very much. Finally got a J lineup. Thank you, Miss Amy Mercer, for that. Be able to name off some kids here, so some aunts and uncles will be happy in Jay, Oklahoma. Chase McCormick on first base brings up shortstop Sam Lillard, and he takes high, ball 1. Pitching for the Bulldogs tonight, number 33, Murray, for the Bulldogs. Lillard, honestly, if he stands in there, probably takes the exact same hit and advance to base as McCormick, but he decided to duck out of the way. I think he wants to swing the bat and get on Coach Satterwhite instead of taking one in the head. But he is ahead of the count 2-0. McCormick on first base. Again, Lillard at the plate. Good swing and cut there by Lillard. Count now 2-1. Sam is starting shortstop tonight. Also one of the several arms on the mound. That pitch for the War Dogs. He takes lone inside and is head of count 3-1 here. Lillard looks over, gets the signals from Coach Mercer, and Murray comes up to the stretch for the 3-1 pitch. That ball's down the middle for strike 2. Full count here to Lillard. That ball is low and inside, and Lillard will advance. Yeah, that is definitely ball 4. So the War Dogs start off the bottom of the inning here just like you want. Both runners, leadoff runners, get on. We have runners on first and second now for senior third baseman Carson Jinks. Jinks is leading the War Dogs in batting average this year, so this is the right guy up at the right time to possibly try to get some of them runs back as the War Dogs look to chip away down 4-0. Murray deals, strike down middle. Looked a little high from this vantage point, but nonetheless, 0-1. That is a good pitch there. That's down the middle, right on the outside corner. Jinks falls behind 0-2 to Murray. Looks like they're going to pitch him outside here, see if they can get him to chase. He does not, and the count is 1-2. And leadoff batter Chase McCormick, hit by pitch on second base. Shortstop second hitter of the lineup, Lillard on first base after a walk. Jinks at the plate, down 1-2. Good cut there. Count remains 1-2. Murray on the mound for the Jay Bulldogs. No JV baseball game tonight. The Bulldogs do not have enough to play JV, so this will be the last game of the day after our junior high team played the Bulldogs early. That is a really, really nice curveball that actually spins in there, hits the inside corner, and Jinks is retired looking for the first out of the inning. Really nice pitch there by Murray to retire Jinks. that'll bring up the pitcher tonight, freshman Lake Burnett. Been a really solid player, has played several positions for the Wardog. Good-looking young freshman here, Mr. Burnett. That ball is high. 1-0 to Burnett. That pitch is high and inside. Burnett jumps ahead of the count, 2-0. Again, just a beautiful evening here at Joe Pollock Field. Shout out to Coach Mercer and his staff for always manicuring this facility. Just looks beautiful today. Burnett swings and fouls one off behind us. Count now 2-1. Again, Wardog's looking to try to get back some of those runs given up in the top of the first. Burnett takes high and now is ahead of the count, 3-1. That ball falls into the inside corner. 3-2 now, full count to Burnett, as Murray looks to bounce back from falling behind. That ball's hit well out to center field. Pretty easy run for center fielder. He grabs the ball over to second. McCormick got a pretty good jump. Thought that may drop down, but he did a good job of getting back. Good play there by the center fielder. Well hit ball there by Burnett. But it is out number 2 nonetheless. And that'll bring up a left fielder, junior, number 4, Jonas Neese. That pitch is outside. 1-0 to Neese. Swing and a miss for strike 1. 1-1. Again, McCormick on second base, Lillard on first base. Wardog have 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning, down 4-0 with Neese batting. That pitch comes in high. 2-1 to Neese. Freshman first baseman Bryce Barnes is on deck if Neese was able to get on base. That ball is high. Neese ahead of the count now, 3-1. Again, appreciate everybody that is joining us live on Wardog TV, and also appreciate all the fans who are watching live here from Joe Pollock Field. Good crowd here tonight for senior night. That pitch is outside, and Neese will walk, and that will load up the bases for number 6, freshman first baseman Bryce Barnes. Bryce is another very hybrid player that could play several positions, playing first base tonight. Got a good bat, good-looking young freshman for the War Dogs in a big spot here. Could advance some runners, and he comes up aggressive, swinging its first pitch. Fouls it off after a good cut. 0-1 to Barnes. That ball is inside. Count now even at 1-1. That ball is hit to the third baseman. He's up with it. First play, makes the first throw over to first. Ball gets away. War Dogs are going to score 2 runs. Neese may get caught up in a pickle here, which he does, and he's going to be able to advance on the overthrow to the catcher. That is 3 runs in for the War Dogs as Bryce Barnes puts the ball in play, gives himself a chance with first when bases are loaded, Everything speeds up, get a wide throw from the third baseman, and Bryce Barnes is able to clear the bases. Wardogs plate 3 on the Barnes infield hit to third base, which will be scored as an error, and he'll advance on an error on the overthrow. But nonetheless, the Wardogs get 3 runs off that exchange. Now Barnes at second base, and that brings up senior number 9, Trevor Fields, playing center field tonight. He swings and misses, strike 1. A lot of action there on that last play. Swing and a miss, 0-2 to Fields. Wardogs plate 3 here in the bottom of the first. Fields gets a hold of one. That's down the right field line, and that drops fair right on the line. We're going to have a play here. No throw to the plate, and the Wardogs tie it up on the infield single by the senior. So the Wardogs answer right back with 4 runs of their own here. And we are all square 4-4 in the first inning. And that'll bring up second baseman, freshman number 15, Grant Blundell, as Trevor Fields with a nice outfield single, to score the 4th tying run. Grant Blundell also hits one out to that same line, and that ball is down as well. Great effort there by the right fielder, but that ball is down. Trevor Fields on the way around the horn trying to score from first base. The throw is high, and Trevor Fields scores all the way from first base as the right fielder was put in a tough position there on back-to-back hits, almost identical spots. And the Wardogs have now taken the lead, scoring 5 runs in the bottom of the first inning. And we're still looking to do damage now as Grant Blundell ends up with a double on the hit. And now Carter McKibben, playing right field, up to bat here to see if we can keep a rally going. He squares to bunt as Carter does run well. That ball does go foul, but the 9th batter in the lineup for the Wardogs, again, senior right fielder, number 5, Carter McKibben, tries to squeeze one down. Again, uses legs to get there. Just goes foul, and he will see pitch number 2 as he's down 0-1 in the count. So as Jay batted around in the lineup, top of the first inning, the Wardogs are looking to do the same with now their 9th players coming to the plate here in the bottom of the first inning as McKibben takes strike 2 right on the outside corner. Behind the count, 0-2 here. Murray again on the mound for the Bulldogs as Miami's taking the lead 5-4. And swing and a miss for strike 3 to retire McKibben and the side. As we move into the top of the second inning, though, we have had a ton of action already with 9 runs scored in the first inning, 4 by Jay, 5 by Miami, and the Wardogs lead 5-4 as we move into the top of the second inning. Again, we'll take a quick pause and we'll be right back with you here. Top of the second inning action coming up. All right, we're back to action here. Top of the second inning. Blake Burnett on the mound for the War Dogs, pitching to catcher Chase McCormick as Rutherford from Jay swings its first pitch, pops one up. Sky high to the shortstop and gets caught going backwards. I don't know if he lost it. There's a little bit of a break there where you can see some shade and some sun. Not sure what happened there, but ball falls down. That'll be an error charged to the War Dogs, and Rutherford is on first base after that play, after seeing one pitch, and that'll bring up the third batter in the lineup, number 11, Tanner, playing shortstop today for the Bulldogs. Good pitch there by Burnett. That falls across for strike one. Again, Burnett has really thrown the ball well, thrown a lot of strikes. Jay's came out aggressive tonight, putting bat on ball. War Dogs have helped him out a couple of times here with a couple of early errors, but if we can settle in here, they've shown that they can score some runs themselves as they lead 5-4. Runner does go. There'll be no throw here as the ball was a little low and outside, and Rutherford will advance to second. Count moves to 1-1. No outs here in the top of the second inning. Live from Joe Pollock Field. Burnett deals. That ball's hit hard to third base. Jinx up with it, makes the throw over to first. Barnes snatches it for out number one. Good job there by Jinx holding that runner on second base. Good execution as they retire Tanner, and that'll bring up the number 4 hitter in the lineup, Whitlock, catching today for the Bulldogs. And runner on second, one out for Jay here in the top of the second. That ball is popped up to left field. Neese has called off, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Good job communicating there. Good job by Trevor Fields to come all the way over to kind of back up Jonas there, but Jonas makes that routine fly ball for the second out as they retire Whitlock. And that'll bring up number 7, Garcia, playing left field tonight for the Bulldogs. Again, 2 outs here, top of the second. Runner on second base for Jay. Burnett on the mound for the War Dogs. Comes to the plate. Ball just misses outside for ball 1. That ball misses outside as well. 2-0 to Garcia. Rutherford with a jump from second, but he does not go as Burnett misses outside again. Count now 3-0 to Garcia. Again, 2 outs here, top of the second. War Dogs lead 5-4. Good pitch there by Burnett, but just misses low, and he will walk Garcia on 4 pitches, and that'll bring up 6th batter in the lineup, number 22, right fielder Smith. Again, Jay has 4 runs on 5 hits. Miami 5 runs on 2 hits. And a very entertaining first inning with 9 runs plated as Burnett misses inside for ball 1 to Smith. That ball is fouled off for strike 1. Count now 1-1. Burnett from the stretch. That ball is swung and hit to Jinx at third base. Nice play. Makes that look pretty easy. That's a senior for you that's taken a few ground balls in his career here, makes a throw over to first, and Miami gets out with no damage done in the top of the first. We move to the bottom of the second. Couple events coming up. Very, very busy week for Wardog Athletics. And tomorrow is the epitome of busy as we have several teams in action. Tomorrow, April the 18th, our high school boys and girls tennis teams will both be competing in the Regent Prep Tournament held at LaFortune Park in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That will begin at 8 a.m. So for our tennis fans, great opportunity to see both the boys and girls in action simultaneously at LaFortune Park tomorrow in Tulsa. Our high school boys golf team will be in Grove at Patricia Island Golf Course for the Grove High School Boys Invitational. That will tee off at 9 a.m. as our boys golf team inches closer and closer to regionals. Girls golf was in action today at Pryor. Again, their regionals are coming up really soon. Also tomorrow, April 18th, high school girls and boys track will be at Veneta, making the short drive up I-44 for a 9:30 a.m. track meet at Veneta. Our junior high baseball team fell to Jay today, 5-3. They played at 4 o'clock this afternoon prior to our senior night before this game. But they will make the return trip to Jay tomorrow. They will play again one game at 4 p.m. at Jay. And our high school baseball team will also be at Jay tomorrow for one 5:30 varsity baseball game to close out the series with the Jay Bulldogs. And finally, tomorrow, April 18th, tomorrow night, high school soccer will host Wagner at Robertson Field. Lady War Dogs will start at 5:30. War Dog soccer, the boys will play at 7:30. That is all happening tomorrow, April the 18th. Oh. All right, as we start off the bottom of the second here, the pitch from Murray to McCormick misses inside for ball one as the War Dogs are back to the top of the lineup. Good piece of hitting there by McCormick as he tries to push that ball out to right field, but doesn't get all of it. Easy play over there for the first baseman. That's Murray as he tags his base, and they retire McCormick for the first out here in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up shortstop, Mr. Sam Lillard. Lillard is a sophomore. He sees the first pitch from Murray, and he swings. Good hard hit ball to the shortstop. Actually pokes through, gets past the shortstop, Tanner. And Lillard is on base for the second time after walking in the first inning. So War Dogs get a runner on with just one out. Senior third baseman number 12, Carson Jinks, comes to the bat. Again, only 3 pitches this inning so far from Murray as the War Dogs will come out aggressive. Jinks also sees just one pitch. Right back at the shortstop. He makes the throw over to second. They retire Lillard on the force out, but the throw over to first is high. So Jinks will be on first base after the fielder's choice. Lillard is retired for the second out with the force at second. That'll bring up the pitcher, number 7, freshman Lake Burnett, to the plate. Murray keeping Jinks honest over there at first as he had a big lead. Checks him over there. Jinks with a head first slide beats that throw back. Still continues that big lead out at first as he looks to be aggressive around the bases with Burnett at the plate. That pitch misses low and outside for ball one to Burnett. Two outs here, bottom of the second. Jinks on first, Burnett batting, and another check. Throw over to first. Jinks back again with a head first slide. Count is 1-0. War Dogs lead 5-4 here, bottom of the second. Similar pitch to the first pitch. Misses low and outside. Burnett ahead of the count now, 2-0. That ball is high. Now we get a snap throw over, and the Bulldogs are pretty content of not letting Jinx advance to second, as he has been checked 3 different times now, twice by the pitcher, 1 on the snap throw from the catcher. Burnett now ahead 3-0. See if he takes a pitch here or if he stays aggressive. He didn't need to think about it too much as that ball misses high and inside, and he will advance to first on the walk. Jinx over to second. And once again, the Wardogs got something going here. As Jonas Neese, playing left field tonight, the junior, will come to bat. We will get a courtesy runner. That's number 14, freshman Maddox Mercer, to run for the pitcher, Lake Burnett. 2 outs here, bottom of the second. Wardogs have runners on first and second. Neese batting. He takes high and inside, ball 1. Freshman first baseman Bryce Barnes on deck if Neese was able to advance to get on base. That ball misses low and outside. 2-0 to Neese. And looks like Coach Moore is going to call timeout here. Have a little talk with his pitcher, who pretty easy first 2 outs here. 2 quick outs by the Wardogs on 3 or 4 pitches, and look up and we get a walk, and then we get a fielder's choice, and then you look up and you got runners on first and second. Now you feel like you're pressing a little bit and trying to settle his guys down a little bit. All right, conversation on the mound is over. We are back to action here. Count is 2-0 to Jonas Neese. Again, Wardogs have runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Murray comes to the plate. That ball is ripped to third base. Great piece of hitting by Jonas Neese. Carson Jinx is going to score pretty easily from second base as the Wardogs plate another run here. Now leads 6-4 on a great piece of hitting by Jonas Neese. Wardogs now lead 6-4 in this bottom of the second inning. Neese at first base, Maddox Mercer at second, and that'll bring up freshman number 6, first baseman tonight, Mr. Bryce Barnes. Barnes swings and misses for strike 1. Bryce in the first inning with bases loaded hit a hard hit ball to third base and was able to leg out and rush that throw, and Wardogs was able to score 3 runs off of it as he takes ball 1 to even up the count 1-1. And as we said, just putting the ball in play is a big deal. You never know what will happen. And good things happened in the first inning for Mr. Barnes by putting the ball in play and being aggressive at the plate. That ball's called strike. Looked like a little low from up here, but 1-2 to Barnes now. Pretty good pitch there, and Barnes is retired for the 3rd out. Wardogs do get 1 more. They tack on to their lead. Now lead 6-4 as we move to the 3rd inning. Quick pause, and we'll be back with you here as we return to action in the 3rd. All right, back to action here in the top of the third inning. That's Lake Burnett still on the mound, freshman pitcher for the Wardogs. McCormick behind the plate catching him. And number 3, Murray, at the plate for the Bulldogs. He takes high, ball 1. Playing first base today for the J Bulldogs. Leads off the top of the third inning. That ball's hit well out to left field. Neese got a really good jump on the ball. Good judgment there, and he retires Murray for the first out in the top of the third. Wardogs leading 6-4 here. Again, I want to say thank you for everybody watching live on Wardog TV. Great thing about Wardog TV is you can go back anytime these games stay on our YouTube page, and you can watch these games as many times as you want. Excited to be here for senior night for Wardog Baseball live from Joe Pollock Field as Burnett pitches ball 1 to the 8th batter in the lineup. This is number 6, Wickham, playing shortstop for the Bulldogs. That ball is hit over to Carson Jinks over to third base. Nice play. Easy throw over to Barnes, and they retire Wickham for the second out. Jinks has seen a lot of action in the field already, so made some nice plays early. That one being one of them. And there's a quick 1-2 retirement from the Wardogs. Hopefully we can get through this third batter with no damage, and we can move back to the plate in the bottom of the third, looking to add on to the lead as they lead 6-4. And exactly what the doctor ordered. A nice slow roller over to first base. Freshman Barnes up with it, and that's an easy 1-2-3 inning. That's what the Wardogs wanted. Move quickly through the lineup there, and we will be back in the bottom of the third inning with the Wardogs leading 6-4. All right, back to action here in the bottom of the third inning as senior number 9, Trevor Fields, batting 7th in the lineup, comes to the plate. Trevor, back in the first inning, had a single right down the right field line for an RBI, and he swings and misses for strike 1. Stays aggressive at the plate, going down swinging here, fouls the ball off, falls behind in the count 0-2. Against Fields, one of 3 seniors recognized tonight before the game. And he goes down swinging on 3 pitches. Drop third strike, but catcher is able to make 3 over to first base to retire Fields for out number 1 here in the bottom of the third. Wardogs leading 6-4. That'll bring up the 8th hitter in the lineup for Wardogs. Freshman second baseman, Mr. Grant Blondell. Grant singled to right field his first time up, and he takes ball 1. Ball is high. 2-0 to Blundell. Again, Wardog Baseball will be right back in action again tomorrow night as they make their return trip to Jay. Varsity will play at 5:30 tomorrow night in Jay, Oklahoma, as Grant Blundell swings and misses for strike 2. Junior high baseball will also be at Jay tomorrow, 4 p.m. first pitch for junior high. Again, varsity will follow at approximately 5:30. Blundell swinging a miss again. He is now gone even 2-2. Again, Murray on the mound for the Jay Bulldogs. Got one out here. Bottom of the third inning, Wardogs leading 6-4. Good pitch there, and he retires Blundell as he goes down swinging for the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up the ninth batter in the lineup, senior right fielder, number 5, Carter McKibben. That ball's high and inside. Ball 1 to McKibben. Again, a special shout-out again to executive producer of all Wardog TV production and events, Mr. David Frazier, for all the hard work he does to bring us live action through Wardog TV as McKibben takes a called strike 1. And then joining me up here today is Miss Kiara Richards, who's done a bunch of productions with us for both football and basketball. McKibben takes ball 2, jumps ahead of the count 2-1. That pitch is high, now 3-1 as McKibben jumps way ahead in the count. Looks like McKibben was taken all the way there, and he looks at a called strike 2. That'll make the count full. 3-2 here to McKibben with 2 outs here, nobody on in the bottom of the third for Miami. That ball's outside, and a good at bat there by McKibben as he draws the walk. And Chase McCormick will remove the shin guards as he had those on deck. And we will be back to the top of the lineup with sophomore catcher number 1, Chase McCormick, coming to the plate with McKibben on first base with 2 outs. McCormick takes first pitch high, 1-0 to McCormick. Again, Chase is pretty much the full-time catcher for Miami. He does get out of there and get some field time, but does a great job behind the plate as always. Pretty good pitch there, but just misses on the outside. McCormick ahead now 2-0. That ball's low and outside. McCormick moves well ahead in the count. 3-0 here. Again, runner on first base. 2 outs here. Bottom of the third. Wardogs lead 6-4. McCormick at the plate. McCormick takes a called strike right on the outside corner. 3-1. Called strike 2 as McKibben tries to steal, and he is caught stealing. Thrown out. Good throw there by the catcher. And he is thrown out with the headfirst slide at second base, and that will end the inning. Chase McCormick will come back in the bottom of the fourth and will be our leadoff batter. But as we move to the top of the fourth, Wardog still leads 6-4. Quick pause, and we'll be right back with you. All right, we move to the top of the fourth. Again, Burnett on the mound for the War Dogs. Chase McCormick behind the plate catching. And Jay comes to the top of the lineup with the pitcher, number 33, Murray, to lead off the top of the fourth. Murray takes ball one. War Dogs leading here 6-4 on senior night from Joe Pollock Field. Good pitch there, swing and foul ball back. Evens the count 1-1. Again, we'd like to thank our umpires, home plate umpire Sean Coyne, field umpire Clint Proctor. Appreciate you guys working the games tonight for us. Burnett pitches inside. Murray with a good cut on it, but fouls it off. Count moves to 1-2 on Murray. Again, if you missed the first inning, you missed a lot, as 9 runs between the two teams were plated in a pretty long first inning, but both teams have kind of settled in here, moving along a little bit more swiftly now as Murray takes ball 2 to even the count. 2-2 to Murray, leading off the top of the fourth for Jay. That ball's hit over to shortstop. Good play by Lillard on the hop. Makes the throw over to first. Nice execution there as the War Dogs retire Murray for out number 1. Again, lots of action tomorrow night with high school boys and girls tennis in Tulsa, high school boys golf at Grove, high school boys and girls track at Veneta. As we mentioned, our baseball teams are both at Jay, and high school girls and boys soccer will host Wagner at home tomorrow night at Robertson Field. So come out tomorrow night and support the Lady War Dog and War Dog soccer programs, as the girls will play at 5:30 and the boys at 7:30. As ball 1 is thrown to second baseman Rutherford. That ball is hit fly out to left center. That's Trevor Fields out there on the catch. Retires Rutherford for out number 2. Again, Burnett has really thrown the ball well. He's thrown a lot of strikes. And, again, Jay came out aggressive with the bats and was able to plate some runs. But Lake's really settled in here and has gotten to a really nice rhythm here as he throws a nice curveball in for strike 1 to the third batter in the lineup for the Bulldogs, shortstop Tanner. But Burnett's really settled in here. He's really pitching himself a really nice game here today. Another good pitch. That ball is fouled up. Think it'll get out of play, but it stays in play, and that's a really nice adjustment made by first baseman Bryce Barnes, and he makes the catch for the third out as the Bulldogs go down in order 1, 2, and 3, and we will move to the bottom of the fourth inning. So we told you about the action happening tomorrow on April 18th. To finish out the week, Wednesday, April 19th, high school boys golf will be back in action again. And they will travel to Bailey Ranch Golf Course in Owasso for the Skiatook High School Boys Invitational. And that tournament will start at 9 a.m. Again, that's high school boys golf on Wednesday. On Thursday, April the 20th, junior high baseball will compete in the Pryor tournament. They will open up play on Thursday against the host team Pryor. They will play at 5 p.m. on Thursday. The full bracket is posted and available through the Wardog Athletics newsletter, and we will also post that bracket on Thursday morning. But again, junior high baseball open up Pryor tournament play on Thursday. Will be playing the host team Pryor at 5 p.m. If they win that game, they will play again on Friday. If they do lose to Pryor at 5, they will turn around and play immediately after that at 6:45. Again, that's Thursday, April the 20th. Looking ahead to Friday, April the 21st. Again, junior high baseball will be back at the Pryor tournament. Game and time will be determined based on the outcome of Thursday. Wardog Baseball, our high school baseball team, will host Grove right here back at Joe Pollock Field. Varsity will play at 5, and the JV game will follow that at approximately 7 p.m. Again, that's Friday, April 21st. Also on Friday, high school soccer will be back at home again for the second time this week. This time they will be hosting Metro Christian. Girls game is scheduled to start at 5 p.m., boys at 7 p.m. Again, that's Lady War Dog and War Dog Soccer at home Friday, April the 21st at Robertson Field. And finishing up the week this Saturday will be junior high baseball on day 3 of the prayer tournament. Again, game and time will be determined based on the outcome of their games Thursday and Friday. So a lot of action this week. Very, very busy week as we start to wind down regular season play in the spring with just 2 weeks left with regular season events as we move into postseason for all of our spring sports. Returning to action here at Joe Pollock Field as we get to the bottom of the 4th. Leading off is catcher Chase McCormick. He swings and misses for strike 1 as we see a new pitcher. This is now number 5, Rutherford, who moves from second base to the mound. That ball is low. Count moves to 1-1. That ball is fouled off, and it will get out of play for strike 2. 1-2 now to the catcher, McCormick. Again, we are in the bottom of the 4th inning here. Wardogs leading 6-4 over the Jay Bulldogs. Nice curveball there, but just misses on the inside corner as the count moves even 2-2. Rutherford deals again to McCormick. That ball misses low, and the count goes full now to McCormick. They do check to see if McCormick win, and they say he did not. Count is full, 3-2. Ball is hit to third base. Third baseman comes up with it, makes the throw over to first, and McCormick is retired for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. That'll bring up the second batter in the lineup, shortstop number 10, Sam Lillard. Again, sophomore shortstop here, Sam Lillard, 3-sport athlete. Plays football and basketball for the War Dogs, and obviously here tonight in action with Wardog Baseball. He swings at the first pitch to the shortstop. He makes the play at the ground. Good speed there by Lillard, and he beats the throw to first as the first baseman pulls his leg off. Good hustle there by Lillard, and effort pays off as Sam Lillard reaches for the 3rd time in this ball game. So Lillard advances to first on the nice leg out there. I'm not sure if Coach Satterwhite scored him with a base hit or an error. But he's on first nonetheless, and that'll bring up senior third baseman Carson Jinks. 1 out here, runner on first base, bottom of the 4th inning for Miami. Jinks takes ball 1 high and outside. Coach Satterwhite's going with the error. Feels like that was a play that he needed to make. The throw took him off first base. Yeah. Nice curveball in there for a strike. The catcher drops. Lillard tries to take advantage, and I don't think he beat it in. Yeah. Oh, okay, so the ball came off. The throw beat him there. Called him out initially, but it looks like Mr. Proctor then saw the ball on the ground. Lillard smartly stays on the base, and because of the drop ball, Lillard is now safe at second. So RBI opportunity here for Jinks as he is even 1-1. That ball is low. It's now 2-1. Again, Rutherford now on the mound for Jay. Filling in for Murray, who pitched 3 innings for the Jay Bulldogs. That pitch misses outside. 3-1 now to Jinks. That pitch also misses outside. So Jinx will walk over to first base, and that'll bring up freshman pitcher number 7, Lake Burnett. Burnett comes to the plate with runners on first and second. 1 out for Miami here in the bottom of the 4th as they lead 6-4. Trying to tack on a few more runs here as we get to the second half of this baseball game. Burnett takes ball inside. That ball gets past the catcher as both runners will advance. Lillard over to third, Jinx over to second. So again, nice RBI opportunity here coming up for Burnett and Jonas Neese, who waits on deck. Takes away the double play ball there, so that's a big pitch that got away from the catcher. And now Burnett, see if we can do some damage here and gets a couple runs in. Good pitch there, hits the corner for strike 1. 1-1 to Burnett. That ball misses high, 2-1. Shade starting to take over here a little bit at Joe Pollock on a beautiful, beautiful evening. Old Glory out there blowing right over to the northeast. Burnett swings and fouls one off to even the count 2-2. Again, appreciate all the Wardog fans who are here in person in the stands at Joe Pollock watching and cheering on our Wardogs. Thank you to our fans from Jay who traveled over to Miami, Oklahoma. And thank you to everyone listening live on Wardog TV. As that pitch misses, it gets past. Lillard's going to try to push it at home. Wild throw there by the catcher, and that allows Lillard to score. And then good base running by Jinx, and he slides in head first and scores all the way from second. So great base running by both Lillard and Jinx. Great job over there by Coach Mercer to notice no one was covering the plate. And the Wardogs, plate 2, I would go ahead and say the hard way, Coach Satterwhite, by stealing 2 bags and now lead 8-4 in the bottom of the 4th inning. So, again, just a great job of base running there. Sophomore Lillard and then the senior from second base, Carson Jinx, as the Wardogs plate 2 more to extend the lead 8-4 here, bottom of the 4th. Got a full count here to Lake Burnett with 1 out. Bases are now empty. Rutherford on the mound for Jay. That ball's going to miss outside, and Lake Burnett will take his base over to first, and that'll bring up junior left fielder, number 4, Jonas Neese, who had a really nice RBI single to left field his last time up. Again, with Burnett pitching, he will have a courtesy runner, and that again will be freshman number 14, Maddox Mercer. Good at bat there by Lake Burnett. As the fact that he has a courtesy runner again for him tells me that he will come back out and will still be on the mound in the top of the 5th. That ball misses just outside. Neese jumps ahead early in the count 1-0. Jonas Neese fouls one off down third base line to even the count 1-1. That ball is inside. Neese ahead of the count 2-1. 1 out here, bottom of the 4th inning. Wardogs now lead 8-4. And Maddox Mercer on first base. That ball is fouled up behind catcher's mound. It looks like it's going to stay in, but he is unable to make the play. It would have been a really nice play. Tough angle there for the catcher. Neese stays alive. Count moves to 2-2. Again, count is even to Neese, 2-2. One out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Neese takes time and steps out. We'll reapproach here as he'll await the pitch from Rutherford. That ball is high and outside. That will bring the count to full, 3-2 to Neese. Runner goes. Neese again. Right down. That's a foul ball. That ball is called foul. Mercer is still sending runners, but that ball was called immediately foul by the umpire. Hard to tell here from where the shadows and the sun are, but it doesn't look like you're going to get a real long argument from Mercer. But he is going to go ahead and appeal. He wants to appeal out to see if that ball, and home plate umpire is saying absolutely not. We're not even going to get you an appeal. So I'll give Coach Mercer credit. He played that one up about as good as you could. He was sending them all. I mean, good for Jonas Neese because he put that ball right down left field like he did earlier. And good job of running by Maddox Mercer as he was running on that pitch regardless. Looks like it was a hit and run on. Ball just missed foul. So basically what we got was an exciting foul ball, and the count remains 3-2. That ball is foul tipped off. Neese remains alive. Count stays full. 3-2 with one out. Going to have a pause in the action here. Coach Moore from Jay is going to come out and try to settle his pitcher down. Again, Wardog Baseball will be in action again tomorrow. Junior high will make the return trip to Jay, and they will play at 4 p.m. at Jay tomorrow. Junior high baseball. Varsity baseball will play at Jay, 5:30 p.m. No JV game tomorrow at Jay, varsity only. Rutherford's going to remain in the game for the Bulldogs. Coach Mercer has some last-minute instructions for his oldest son, Maddox Mercer, who's courtesy runner at second base for pitcher Lake Burnett. Again, freshman Bryce Barnes steps to the plate. RBI opportunity here for the freshman. Wardogs leading 8-4 here in the bottom of the fourth. Barnes takes called strike one. Rutherford really staying delayed into the stretch. Fine comes to the plate and pitches high and inside. It's 1-1 now to Barnes. Don't think that Coach Mercer will be overly aggressive here. Up 4 runs here, trying to steal a bag here from second to third. But Rutherford is obviously concerned about that runner as he's taking a long pause into the stretch. Swing and a miss there by Barnes. 2 strikes now as the count moves to 1-2. Senior center fielder Trevor Fields on deck for Miami. That pitch is outside, gets away from the catcher, so Mercer and Jonas Neese will both advance. Maddox Mercer from second to third, Neese from first to second on the pass ball. Bryce Barnes now draws even 2-2 is the count with Rutherford pitching. Bryce Barnes looking to tack on a few more runs here with one swing of the bat. Swing and a miss, and Barnes will go down on strikes for the second out as Trevor Fields steps to the plate for Miami. Good Fields does have an RBI single today as he singled to right field back in the first. Swings at his first pitch he sees. Tough play up the center of the infield by the shortstop. Makes a really nice play to retire Fields, and Jay escapes the second threat of that inning as Miami was looking to tack on. But they do grab 2 more runs to extend the lead to 8-4 as we move to the top of the 5th. Quick pause, and we'll be right back with you as we return to action. All right, we are now into the top of the 5th inning. Again, Burnett still on the mound for the War Dogs. Pitched a nice game. McCormick behind the plate. And the first pitch on its way. It misses outside. Ball 1 to the 4th batter in the lineup for the Jay Bulldogs. That's number 30, Whitlock, who is catching for the Bulldogs tonight. Good pitch there by Burnett. Just misses high. Count now 2-0. Again, 2 big runs there in the bottom of the 4th by Miami to extend the lead to 8-4. That ball is popped up. Pretty well hit to center field. Trevor Fields actually has to make a couple of adjustments, but does a nice job and comes up with it for out number 1. As we mentioned earlier a couple times, American flag is blowing out that way, so looks like that ball may have moved a couple of times, but good job there by the senior center fielder to come down with it. 1 out here in the top of the 5th as the left fielder Garcia steps to the plate for the Bulldogs. And I think our umpire got squared up on one there. May have taken one off the leg. Coach Mercer is coming out to check on him. Home plate umpire Sean Coyne shakes him off, says, "I'm good." Count is 1-0 to Garcia. A pitch misses just outside, 2-0. Good pitch there over the plate for strike 1. 2-1 to Garcia. Again, 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Low and outside. Count moves to 3-1. That ball misses outside, so Garcia will get to first base on a walk, and that'll bring up number 22, 6th batter in the lineup, Smith. Smith playing right field today for the Bulldogs. 1 out runner on first base here, top of the 5th inning. Wardogs leading 8-4. Squares to bunt, pulls back, takes a ball. McCormick with the snap throw over to Barnes at first, but Garcia is able to get back easily. Count is now 1-0, and Coach Mercer is going to ask for time here. Bring his infield in. A little situational talk here. Maybe try to settle Lake down, see how much he's got left in the tank here, as he's pitched a really good game. Again, top of the 5th inning. Not sure if fatigue is setting in here or not. I'm sure that's what a lot of these conversations are. I'm sure they'd love to get one more inning out of Lake if they can here. Pretty quick conversation at the mound just to settle it in. We'll get back to action here. Again, Wardogs up 8-4, 1 out here, top of the 5th. Runner on first base for Jay. Count is 1-0 to Smith. Burnett with a nice check throw over to first base. Garcia beats it back. Fairly close play there. Again, count is 1-0. That ball is high and inside, ball 2. Garcia with a pretty good lead over at first base. Wondering if this is a pitch he may be looking to try to grab a bag here. He does not, and ball 3 is taken by Smith as he is ahead of the count 3-0 as Burnett tries to battle back here. That ball just misses outside, and Smith will walk, and that'll put runners on first and second. Again, with 1 out here, top of the 5th, as the Bulldogs threaten here with a couple of base runners, and that brings up their 7th batter of the lineup, Murray, playing first base tonight. Good pitch there. Hits the outside corner, strike 1 to Murray. That ball is fouled off to the backstop. Burnett jumps way ahead, 0-2, looking for out number 2 in the top of the 5th. Nice pitch there. That ball is popped straight up. Burnett calling everybody off. He's going to make that play himself. Garcia tags at second, but obviously no threat to go to third with the pitcher making the play. Murray is retired for out number 2. 2 outs here, top of the 5th inning. Runners on first and second for the Bulldogs as number 6. Shortstop Wickham comes to the plate for Jay. Swing and a miss, strike 1. And Burnett looking to get out of this 5th inning here without any damage done with a 4-run lead. Another good pitch. That is fouled off on a nice swing. Burnett ahead, 0-2, looking to retire the shortstop for the Bulldogs, Wickham. That ball is hit out to right center field. Trevor Fields calls off Carter McKibben, and he comes up with it. And good job by Burnett and the Wardog defense to pitch and play around, getting those two base runners on with just one out. As no damage is done in the top of the fifth, we move to the bottom of the fifth inning. Wardog still lead 8-4. All right, as we move to the bottom of the fifth inning, we got second baseman, freshman number 15, Grant Blundell, coming to the plate for Miami. Rutherford still on the mound for the Jay Bulldogs as the lights have been flipped on here at Joe Pollock Field on senior night. Pretty good pitch there. Hits the outside corner. 0-1 to Grant Blundell. That ball is outside and low, 1-1. Rutherford comes inside, misses, 2-1. That ball is fouled out of play. Count will move to 2-2 to the freshman. Blundell swings and misses. He is retired for out number 1. That'll bring up the ninth batter in the lineup, one of our three seniors tonight. Right fielder number 5, Carter McKibben. Squares to bunt, and it is fouled away. Swing and a miss. McKibben falls behind 0-2 to Rutherford. One out here, bottom of the fifth inning. Wardogs lead 8-4. That ball is ripped foul down the third baseline. Count remains 0-2. That pitch was outside, trying to get McKibben to chase. He does not bite. 1-2 now. That ball is high. count moves to even, 2-2. Inside, and Carter McKibben with a good at-bat here brings the count all the way back to full after falling behind 0-2 to Rutherford. That ball misses low and inside, and McKibben again with a really nice at-bat comes all the way back and draws the walk, and he will be on first base as we go back to the top of the lineup with sophomore catcher number 1, Chase McCormick, coming to the plate with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Rutherford with a long pause from the stretch as there's a bunt poked by Chase McCormick that rolls just foul. Really nice effort there. Kind of surprised the Jay Bulldog defense, but rolls foul, and he is behind in the count 0-1. That ball is high, 1-1 to McCormick. That ball is popped up out of play, 1-2 to Chase McCormick, as the press box roof takes a beating a couple of times from that foul ball. Again, shout out to Kiara Richards, who's helping us here on Wardog TV Live. Coach Satterwhite keeping the score clock here. Charles McKibben, Chuck McKibben, keeping the doing the PA next to the left. That ball misses outside. Count is 2-2. Special shout out to the Wardog Baseball Booster Club, who always does a great job cooking burgers and hot dogs and running concession stands and taking care of our kids. So takes an army here, but we got a good army. So thankful for all those people and their willingness to help and their support of Wardog Baseball and Wardog Athletics. As nice stolen base there, as Carter gets a great jump and takes second base, but McCormick goes down on strikes for the second out. That'll bring up sophomore shortstop number 10, Sam Lillard, to the plate. 2 outs here. Bottom of the 5th, runner on second base, Lillard, waiting on the pitch from Rutherford. That ball misses outside, 1-0 to Lillard. Low and inside, ball 2. Time is called by catcher Whitlock to go talk to his pitcher. That ball is inside, 3-0 to Sam Lillard. Senior third baseman Carson Jinks waiting on deck with 2 outs here, bottom of the 5th inning. That ball is low and outside, and Lillard will take the free base to first. Runners on first and second down for Miami with Jinks coming to bat. Jinx swings at the first pitch, hits it out to right field, but right fielder was in a pretty good position there on a well-hit ball. And Jinx will be retired, and the Bulldogs will escape. So both teams put runners on first and second with one out, but neither team can get one across the plate. As we move to the sixth inning, score remains 8-4. All right, we're going to get ready to see the first pitch at the top of the sixth inning. Number 9 batter in the lineup for the Jay Bulldogs is center fielder number 23, Johnson. Burnett deals and throws high, ball 1. That ball's hit to shortstop Willard. He takes it on one hop, makes the throw over to Barnes, and he is retired. Nice play there by the Wardog defense for out number 1 as the Bulldogs move back to the top of the lineup with number 33, Murray, at the plate. Curveball just misses outside, 1-0. That ball is fouled up down the right field line, still moving, does drop foul. Count now even 1-1. That ball is outside, 2-1. That ball is fouled off out of play to even the count, 2-2. Again, freshman pitcher on the mound, Lake Burnett. Chase McCormick behind the plate for Miami. Leadoff batter number 33 for Jay Murray, who started the game off on the mound for the Bulldogs at the plate. He fouls off another one. Count will remain 2-2. Again, we're in the top of the sixth inning here from Joe Pollock Field. Wardogs leading 8-4 on senior night. Pretty good spot there. Misses. I'm not sure if it was just low or just outside, but that'll even the count up to 3-2 to Murray. Good pitch there, fools him a little bit. Drop third strike, but McCormick makes the throw over to Barnes. Good job there squeezing it, and a nice strikeout for out number 2 as the second batter in the lineup for the Bulldogs, who is now the pitcher. Number 5, Rutherford, will come to the plate. Again, the Jay Bulldogs sent 4 across for an early 4-0 lead, but have not scored since the top of the first inning. Wardog defense has really settled in and held them scoreless. This is a pretty nice hit in between third and shortstop, kind of no man's land there. And, again, that would have been a very, very tough play for Lillard if he was able to backhand that and get that over to first base. So Rutherford advances to first base, and that'll bring up the third hitter in the lineup, shortstop, number 11, Tanner. Ball 1 to Tanner. Runner takes off like he's going to go as strike 1 is called to even the count 1-1. Again, Rutherford on first with a pretty decent lead. He does not go, and there's a swing and a miss at the plate for strike 2 to Tanner. Burnett now ahead of the count, 1-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Runner on first base for the Bulldogs. Nice curveball swings in there. Good job hitting to foul that out of play. Count remains 1-2. Here comes Burnett from the stretch. Tries to hit that outside corner, just misses low. Count is even, 2-2. To the shortstop, Tanner. Another good pitch right back at the freshman, and what a great reaction play. As he looks up, kind of makes a pause like, yep, it's in there. So great job by Lake Burnett as the War Dogs, again, go to the 5th consecutive scoreless inning and still lead 8-4 as they will come back to the plate in the bottom of the 6th, looking to add on to this 4-run lead as we try to close out this game here in the top of the 7th. When the Bulldogs come back up, they will have their cleanup hitter, number 4 hitter, Whitlock, up. So War Dogs could do themselves some favors and get a couple more runs here to extend this lead and try to get out of here in the next half of the inning. So we'll take another quick pause, and we'll be right back with you for the bottom of the 6th. All right, we are moving to the bottom of the 6th inning here, live from Joe Pollock Field. Thank you, everyone, again, who is watching us live on Wardog TV. Reminder, you can go back and watch this contest at any time, as it'll stay loaded up on our page, and you can see it and watch it as many times as you want. But we are thankful that you are with us live here as we celebrate senior night here at Joe Pollock Field. Wardogs moved to the bottom of the sixth, up 8-4, and a freshman pitcher, Lake Burnett, the fourth batter in the lineup, is going to try to help himself out a little bit more by seeing if we can do a little bit more damage here, who's pitched a well of a game so far for Miami. Looking to get a hit here in the bottom of the sixth. He comes out swinging and a miss. Strike one to Burnett. That pitch is low and outside. Count moves to 1-1. Another swing and a miss. Strike two to Burnett. Junior left fielder Jonas Neese on deck. Pretty good curveball there. Burnett does a great job of fighting it off. Count remains 1-2. And one of the anomalies that I've always wondered is why the on-deck batter is the foul ball fetcher. I'll never understand that. I feel like that someone from the opposing team not batting should be the one that fetches that ball. Nonetheless, Burnett with a ball to second, and good speed by Burnett to make that a lot closer than probably what it should have been, but he is retired for the first out. And that'll bring Jonas Neese up to the plate. So he goes and fetches the foul ball and then has to catch his breath and go to the bat. I'll just never understand that. It's one of the strange things that someone will have to convince me that that's a good idea. But Jonas Neese has hit the ball hard to that side of the field all night long. This time he hits it right to the left fielder, and he makes the catch for out number two. But Jonas Neese has really wore out the left side of the defense. He's had some really nice hard hit balls. But good play there by the left fielder for out number two. And freshman first baseman number 6, Bryce Barnes, steps to the plate. That ball is hit really well down the left field. He is not getting to that if it stays. That ball is gone. Wow, that ball continued to carry. Actually, it's not gone. I think it's a double, a ground rule double. It's hard to see out there. It's getting a little darker. But that ball bounced and went over, so that is a ground rule double. Great piece of hitting by Bryce Barnes. That ball just kept going and going and going, and I thought it may have left the ballpark, but apparently it did not. Great double by Bryce Barnes, and there'll be a courtesy runner that will come in for Bryce Barnes, which will be number 14, Maddox Mercer. So good piece of hitting there by the freshman first baseman. Puts another Wardog in scoring position for senior center fielder Trevor Fields, who steps to the plate. Big lead by Maddox Mercer at second base. Trevor Fields right back to the shortstop. He comes up, throw the first base, and he's able to retire him. So, unfortunately, the double from Barnes are not able to capitalize. Ends up being a pretty quick half of the inning there. But we do move to the seventh and final inning, and we are up 8-4. Wardog Baseball look to close out a good W here on senior night here in this half of the inning with Lake Burnett trying to get the complete game. So one last pause here, and we'll be right back with you to hopefully finish out the game here in the top of the seventh. All right, we move to the top of the seventh inning here. Seventh and final inning. Wardogs up 8-4, and number 30, the cleanup hitter, playing. He's the catcher tonight. Whitlock swings at the very first pitch, slow over to second base. Good charge by Blundell. He makes the throw over in time. Good squeeze by Barnes. One pitch, one out for Miami. A really nice job there. That's a freshman to freshman. Great job by Grant Blundell to have a sense of urgency, knowing he needed to charge that ball because good speed by the cleanup hitter. Nice flip over to Barnes with a good stretch, and they retire the first batter. And that will bring up Garcia, the left fielder for the Jay Bulldogs. Another one-pitch swing, another hit to Grant Blundell, and another easy out to Barnes. So this is a really good recipe we got going here. Let's see if we can make this 3 pitches and 3 outs, and let's get out of here with a win on senior night. Again, Lake Burnett, freshman, has pitched the entire way, trying to get him a complete game win here. Has really, really pitched well. We are going to have a pinch hitter. This is number 15, Lane, who is going to come in and hit for Smith. Good-looking left-handed hitter here, and he will see the freshman for the first time tonight. Burnett misses a low one outside for ball 1. We have lost the field lights here at Joe Pollock, so I'm not sure if we have a breaker issue or what, but the hope is we will not need to turn them on for very much longer, as the Wardogs are looking to grab one more out to close this thing out, as that pitch just misses low. Burnett now 2-0 to the pinch hitter, Lane. Good pitch there. Chopper right back to the pitcher, and Lake Burnett is going to close this thing out with the third out. What a great win on senior night for Wardog Baseball. They fall behind early 4-0 in the very top first half of the first inning, come right back in the bottom of the first and grab 5 runs and keep the Jay Bulldogs scoreless for the remaining 6 innings. So just a great, great win by the Wardog Baseball again. Thank you to our seniors. Number 9, Trevor Fields. Number 5, Carter McKibben. Number 12, Carson Jinks. What a great way to go out by winning on senior night. So, again, thank you for joining us here live on Wardog TV. Exciting action here. Great win on senior night by Wardog Baseball as they win on senior night 8-4 over the Jay Bulldogs. Again, thank you everybody for your support, both on and off the field. Wardog TV will have their next live broadcast next Tuesday night, as we will go live from Robertson Field for Lady Wardog Soccer and Wardog Soccer Senior Night. So until then, I'm Athletic Director Coach Chad Davis saying thank you for your support of Wardog Athletics. We'll be with you soon.